Resumations to three-phase induction motor. Objective: find out all the required values of induction motor from circle diagram. From the circle diagram. So this is x-axis. Here the x-axis is taking as a, in general it is a current direction, and y-axis is taken as voltage. Along the y-axis is voltage. The pi naught is angle between the V and pi naught, and pi s is, that means here pi s is the angle between ISN, normal current, IS current. Here the I naught current is OA and the IS current is OB. And then resultant current A and B. A and B. Now here one line is drawn parallel with the x-axis from the A point, and also the semicircle is drawn from the point C. From the point C, the semicircle is drawn. Now, from the B point, it is projected to x-axis, towards x-axis, and here this line is cuts the parallel line and x-axis line. This parallel line point is called F, and x-axis cutting point is called E. Next, draw the line between PE. It is, the line is AG. The line is AG. Here, these are the showing circle diagram. Here, observe this one. Pi naught, pi SC, pi 1. And SC, observe this one here. Here pi naught. This is the pi naught between V1 and I naught. Here pi s is between the V1 and IS. Pi 1 is nothing but V1 I1. Here these are called this gap is called fixed losses. Fixed losses, these losses are called fixed losses, and these losses E2 F is called stator copper losses, and here E2B is rotor copper losses, and remaining B2L is full load output. Full load output. Here, this is a maximum output, and here this is maximum torque, maximum output. Is the one is the torque line, and another one is our power output line. We can find out various components linked with induction motor as follows. All vertical distances presents the energy components of the currents. Here the vertical distance AQ is equal to I naught cos pi naught. AQ is equal to I naught cos pi naught. So here AQ represents the no load input, which consists core losses, mechanical losses, and small stator copper losses. This is here this A and Q. This A and Q. This is the A and Q. AQ. Here AQ is represents the no load input, which consists of core losses, mechanical losses, and small stator copper losses. Now draw a vertical line BL. Draw a vertical line BL which represents the FL, full load output of the motor. BL. BL. This is the BL, full load output of the motor. And next, the power scale is obtained after measuring the SC power, short circuit power, for normal voltage input on short circuit, since WSN is equal to WSC V1 by VSC all square. WSN is equal to root 3 V1 is and cos pi s. See. This power is equal to the length of the line BG. Here, say, observe this one. B here, this power is PG, B to J. Here WSN is a power scale obtained from measuring SC power for normal voltage input. WSN is equal to root 3 V1 ISN cos pi SC. This power is equal to the length of the line BG. Length of the line BG. Now, from the point L, draws a line parallel to the output line AB and it cuts the circle at 2 points U and P. From the point L, a line parallel to the AB line here this one is L, here this is the L, draw a line parallel to output line AB. This is the AB line. From here to this one, A to B is parallel line. This for this line. Now, and it cuts the circle at 2 points U and P. It cuts the U and P. So, this is parallel to this PL line and this cuts the at point P and U. Since the normal operating slip is small, then the point P will be the operating point. From the length BG, we can say that it calculates the power scale and also find out the length of the full load output. Therefore, is WSN by BG watts by centimeters power scale. Here the length for motors full load output is equal to output in watts by power scale. Full load current and power factor. Now join OP, which represents the full load current of the induction motor. Now join OP, which represents the full load current of the induction motor. This is the here. This is from here to this one. Join, which represents the full load current. So now join OP, which represents the full load current of the induction motor. Therefore, the angle V0 OP gives the power factor and pi 1, and it is called the power factor at which the motor is operating. When referred to full load conditions, motor input, output and efficiency, draw a vertical line from the point P to x-axis. And it cuts the point K and then noted points M and N. This is the here they drawn from P to x-axis, and it cuts the M, N, J and here also K points, representing the K points. See here M, N, J and K. It cuts the points. And J on this vertical line as shown here. Now, when referred to full load condition, the motor input, output and efficiency vertical line from point P to x-axis, and it just cut a point K. Then noted that the points Mn and J on the vertical line. This is the from the circle diagram, the vertical distance Pm is gives that output, and vertical distance Pk gives the input of motor. Here this is the PM, this is the PM. Here this PM shows that output of the motor, and PK it shows the input power to the motor. Here the distance Jk represents the fixed losses. Mn shows the rotor copper losses, and Nj gives the stator copper losses when referred to full load output and full load current. Now we can find out efficiency, that is equal output by input into 100, that is Pm by Pk into 100. Full load slip S is equal to rotor copper losses by rotor input. that is mn by pn into 100. Full over rotor speed is equal to n into ns minus ns into 1 minus s. Torque line under the short circuit or black rotor condition at rated voltage, the power input Bg. This shows the core losses and copper losses. The length Fg is equal to Aq, that is equal to fixed losses or core losses, since mechanical losses are absent. The core loss of rotor is slightly increased under black rotor conditions. The torque line here, the length B and F represents the sum of stator and rotor copper loss. Stator and copper losses. Here the line A which separates the stator and rotor copper losses. So losses and also known as a torque and also known as torque line or rotor input line. The torque is proportional to the power input to rotor. The rotor copper losses at standard steel is BE. Hence starting torque is equal to BE. Separation of rotor copper loss and stator copper losses under SC condition and to locate point E. In case of wound rotor motor, the line BF is divided directly into two segments such as that B by EF. So B by EF equal to rotor copper losses by stator copper losses. So now here I2 square R2 by I1 square R1, that is equal to R2 by R1 I2 by I1 square. I2 by I1, that is equal to N1 by N2, that is stator to rotor turns ratio. Separation of rotor copper losses and stator copper losses under SC conditions to locate point E. In case of squirrel cage rotor, stator resistance R1 is determined and EF is made equal to stator copper losses. The input power is approximately equal to the copper losses when it is in black rotor conditions. Since the iron losses are very small and neglected, the stator copper losses, that is equal to ISC square R1. Here R1 is equal to stator resistance by phase. ISC is SC current for phase. Find out maximum output. Draw a line parallel to the output. Line AB which shows a tangent to the semicircle. So this tangent is in contact with the semicircle at point H. Now the actual point of contact H is obtained by drawing a perpendicular to the tangent drawn from the center C. Therefore, H is the maximum output. To find maximum torque, it is also called as a stalling or pull-out torque. Draw a line parallel to the torque line A, which is tangent to the semicircle. The actual point of contact R is obtained by drawing a perpendicular to the tangent drawn from the center C. Here RSS gives the maximum torque slip at maximum torque. The vertical line RS represents the maximum torque and it cuts the output line AB at point T as shown. So therefore, the slip at maximum torque is Sm is equal to Ts by Rs. For maximum input, it is the highest point of the semicircle which is obtained by the tangent to the circle and it is horizontal to line AD and OG. AD and OG. The actual point of a contact on the semicircle is V and the vertical line from which meets the horizontal line of OG at point W. Therefore, VW is the maximum input shown. On the diagram, we can find out OP is equal to full load current, full load slip S is equal to rotor copper losses by rotor input, that is Mn by Pn. Here full load power factor angle pi 1 is equal to LV1 OP or cos pi 1 is equal to Pk by OP. So efficiency is equal to output by input, that is equal to Pm by Pk. Maximum output is Hi and maximum torque is Rs and full load torque is full load rotor input is equal to Pn. The starting torque, that is equal to rotor copper losses at standard still, that is B, and slip at maximum torque Sm Ts by Rs. Now summary. We have learned to find out the following quantities from the circle diagram. Stator copper loss, rotor copper loss, line current, power factor, slip, efficiency at full load, maximum output, full load speed, maximum torque, starting torque, etc. So these are all following. So here these are all following. So what are those? Once again I repeat. Stator copper losses, rotor copper losses, line current, power factor. That line current means here the load current. Power factor, slip, efficiency at full load, maximum output, full load speed, maximum torque, starting torque. This is the summary of this circle diagram.